Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com. This is a quick futures trading tutorial for our Cradle2Grave breakout trading bundle. Two trading indicators, one for signaling and one for managing. That's why we call it Cradle2Grave. We have the signal with the xBrat range breakout. This is 6Cs, the Canadian dollar. Very good on the New York gold pit open, and I just wanted to go through how we would trade and manage this trade. So 8:20 a.m. EST. 1420 in Europe is the gold pit open for the US. Now 6C Canadian dollar, very good, linked closely to gold and reacts well to that pit open. So I'm on the 5-minute time frame here just to show you. You can use 10-minute as well on those currencies, but I just like to sometimes look for an aggressive type of entry. So what the range breakout does is defines that range, but it also gives a bias for that range, and the bias is red, so we're only looking for short trades. Now there's a little rule here. You see the ribbon above here, this is part of the manager. If that manager ribbon is already red, we are not going to trade this and look for targets. We are going to trade this and use that ribbon until it turns to green to manage the trade. So simple setup is we get that first candle. We've defined the range. We're only interested in the shorts because the bias is red. We then look for an entry. Again, if you don't catch it on this one, you would probably just go below there. Okay, sensibly, if you didn't catch that move, one tick below that opening range, that would be your entry. Very simple, and you stop 2 ticks above the top of the opening range. So there's your risk, if you like. And what we look for, especially on currencies, 6C is one of the biggest ones that react well with that New York gold pit open, is we are looking for that breakout and that big move, which this was. It was very recent. So the thing to do then is just stick with the manager. Listen to the manager to manage the trades. Okay, as long as this ribbon remains red, you staying the trade. Okay, one of the things to manage this is once we get some pivots. So the first real pivot on this massive move down here comes in, but then shoots straight back down again. So one of the things I would like to do, when I'm looking at managing this trade, is once we've had this initial move down, we've gone sideways and we've broken through this little range and we're going really strong, is just to make the stop break even. Okay, and that's what we do on our auto trader as well. So then we allow the manager to manage the trade, so we don't panic on this pullback here. We get a higher than average volume, one green candle. So that's the time to think, oh, okay, something's happening. But then it runs out of juice and we get higher than average volume, this little cyan dot above the red, and we come back down. Once we have moved away from that pivot and we've broken this previous low, very simply, just put your trading stop above that pivot. Okay, so we've locked in, 100 ticks there or so. Then we continue to manage the trade. We get another pullback against a move, runs out of juice, all lower than average volume. This is the manager telling you it's lower than average volume on this pullback. It comes down again. Okay, at that point, we can adjust our trading stop to here. We have another little pullback. It fails. It comes back down again. The ribbon remains red. Let's adjust our trailing stop to the next pivot, just sensibly. We then have another little pullback here and a push down. Let's put our trailing stop here. Now there's some decisions to make here because we're going into the close, and a lot of brokers don't like you to carry over that trade. And in reality, this is a massive trade. So going into that close, you would close that. It's around 160 ticks profit there. But what the main important thing I wanted to really highlight here is that we get a signal. We get a fantastic signal, but we need to understand where the manager is. This is why we call it Cradle2Grave. So we got a signal. We know that ribbon is already red. just turned red. So we use the manager. We don't set a 20 tick, 30 tick target here. We use the manager. Allow for those pullbacks. Just watch that ribbon remaining red. Allow for those pullbacks. Just those trading stops I've talked about. So we maximize the profits for this type of trade. And 6C is pretty. The best opening range play for this is New York Gold Pit Open every day. You might get one trade like this a week. You'll get smaller trades during the week as well on that Pit Open, but you've got to be in it to win it. And this Cradle2Grave breakout bundle of the xBrat range breakout and the manager is a great combination to get you into these trades, not just on 6C. You can use it for gold, you can use it for indexes, but I just wanted to show you one of the hot futures contracts, 6C, the Canadian dollar on that New York Gold Pit Open. Again, define the range. The software tells you only look for shorts because it's red. You just look where the manager is. The ribbon's already red. Right, when I enter this trade, I'm going to have no targets here. I'm just going to adjust my trading stops on pivots. I'm going to stay in this trade as long as that ribbon remains red. It does all the way into the close. You take your profits. Hopefully that helps. Very, very simple strategy. The software does all the work behind the scenes. You just need to follow those simple rules. And we've made lots of videos for the range breakout for the manager. Just check it out on the channel there. It's very, very simple rules, a great combination, and this is why we've got that discounted price to buy it as a bundle, because we think together this is a great strategy. The Cradle2Grave breakout, this is the thinkorswim version. We do have it available for NinjaTrader, TradingView and motivewave. Check out the links below to go and check out the Cradle2Grave breakout indicator.